Well, a very good afternoon to you all. I hope we're all good. It's Friday, the 3rd of May 2024, and we're here to take a look at the weather patterns for the next week and the longer term trends for 2 weeks, taking us up to the middle of the month. Well, we'll start where we usually do, taking a look at the central England temperature. As we mentioned the other day, April ended up above average, 9.6, 1.7 degrees above average, and well, May has started relatively warm, but it's all academic. That 14 degrees is based off just one day's temperature observations. Right, things have turned unsettled, things have turned thundery, and things for some of us have actually turned a bit warmer. I was very fortunate a couple of nights ago, back on Wednesday night, to capture this wonderful lightning shot down at Fairfield Church at Brooklyn, down in the south of Kent, as that warm plume of air started to push in from the near continent. And yes, things have become somewhat warmer, especially now to the north, top of the Hops. Look at this, 20.2 degrees today at Tulloch Bridge on Tayside, 20 degrees at Altbia, and 19.4 degrees at Los Carnock. So yeah, the warmer air is further north. However, that's only half the story. There are some pockets of quite heavy rain around, and there's also a few thunderstorms around at the moment, but we'll talk about that in just a moment. For now, we'll take a look at these temperature anomalies so you can see that across Scotland, particularly the western half of Scotland, it is a warm day, picked up very well. That warm air pushing down off Scandinavia is coming up against the Highlands, and then it's getting a bit of a phone effect, orographic. It falls, it descends, it compresses, it warms. So this is why to the west of Scotland, in those easterly breezes, you've got the highest temperatures. Right, this is a scene normally what you get in these sort of situations, these warm easterlies across Scotland. You normally get at this time of year or clag, or I guess it depends where you are, but it's pretty nice up there in the east of Scotland. This is at Aberdeen at the moment, clear skies. Looks like you've got a nice force 3 blowing in from the east at the moment. And also look at that over at Fort William, beautiful. Spring is definitely springing. 20 degrees there, just a few little patches of snow left on top of, I'm guessing that's Ben Nevis, is it? Or certainly one of the Nevis Range mountains. So yeah, summer is starting to move on. However, there are some complications. As I've mentioned, we've got this area of low pressure that is generally controlling the situation still. We've got a front strung out across many parts of the South Midlands and Wales. And there's also a few thunderstorms around. So if we just take a look at the current radar, well, there's the more general light rain. There's a little pocket of heavier rain across the South Midlands and parts of South Wales and eastern parts of Britain. That's slowly edging north. But this is the interesting area up here towards Northumberland and up towards the Scottish sort of borders and those sorts of areas. Really quite intense thunderstorms. If we just take a look at this is them flashing away at the moment. The white ones are the more recent strikes. The red ones are the ones probably about 40, 50 minutes ago. But you can see at the moment that there is a tendency in these areas for these thunderstorms to be moving westwards with time. Areas that seem to be affected at the moment, you've got Peeblesshire. I think you've got places like Selkirkshire as well, coming down into Roxburghshire as well, and places across the border in England, in Northumberland. So yeah, just something to be aware of for the next few hours. Right, the general situation is such that things don't change too much over the course of the next few days. Good thing is that the breezes will be light. We're in a bit of a flabby, a cold situation between areas of low pressure and high pressure, but unfortunately, there are fronts around, so yeah, there will be more rain on the way. So this is the facts chart for tomorrow, Saturday. Push it forward through to Sunday. A renewed area of low pressure down to the southwest approaches, brings up an occlusion across the south of the UK. That will be pushing northwards throughout the course of the day, followed by some more heavy showers and possibly thunderstorms later on in the day in the south. And then this situation as we go into Monday. So that area of low pressure pushing more frontal activity northwards, which will give many parts of England and particularly Wales a bit of a washout on Monday, unfortunately. This is the facts chart for Monday. This will be pushing northwards. But by Tuesday, there are signs that Low pressure starts to ebb away and see this area of high pressure up towards Scandinavia and also a sail down towards the southwest. There are signs that things will finally start to dry up and settle down. No heat waves, but just some respite from the relentless cloud, the rain, the showers of recent weeks. And if we just push this forward through to next Tuesday, you can see that area of high pressure is starting to become established. Right, back to the here and now, back to this weekend and moving forward for the next week. This is the ECM's take on things. So we start with today. As we've mentioned, let's just get that up and running. There we go. So as we mentioned, today is rather a lot of rain sitting across many central parts of the UK and not picked up quite so well, but there's those showers and thunderstorms up towards the borders. Throughout the course of the afternoon and evening, that band of rain pushes northwards, slowly fragmenting as it does so. Many parts of England certainly become dry and clear overnight with packets of, or should I say patches of frost here and there, but still with the risk of showers in some western coastal areas. Move through into tomorrow, so that is Saturday's low pressure more now towards Scotland. So you've still got some showers, particularly around the middle part of the day developing, and perhaps some more heavier showers across parts of Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland, as well as some of those parts of northwest England. Also down towards the southeast, it's quite likely that we're going to be developing a few fairly heavy showers as we move in towards tomorrow afternoon. So yeah, places like sort of the southeast England up towards East Anglia is particularly prone for a time during the afternoon, perhaps a thunderstorm, as I've mentioned before. They generally die out in the evening and push away onto the near continent. As we push into Sunday, well, low pressure to the north of the UK, still keeping a mixture of sort of sunny spells and a few showers up towards the north and down towards the south. This is Sunday. After a dry start for many, what will tend to happen is later on in the day, more showers will start to organise, become heavy, possibly thundery, pushing northwards, so that by Monday, there you go, you've got this. We start Monday with rain, showers, possibly thundery down in the south, perhaps a dry slot across parts of Wales, Ireland, and the northern parts of Britain, but yes, still the risk of one or two showers. And then this is the situation for midday Monday, bank holiday. As I mentioned, quite a washout as things stand for southwest England, central southern Britain, over towards parts of Suffolk and the home counties, perhaps drier down in the far southeast, but further north, once again, a real crop, a heavy rash of showers developing throughout the course of the day again. Rather warm, humid, and with that, the chance of thunderstorms as well. Push this forward through to Tuesday, so you'll see that that area of high pressure to the west starts to slowly influence the scene. So if we move into Tuesday, that area of high pressure is moving. You've still got showers developing inland, particularly to the north of Britain. Build up a cloud further south, but look at that. Potentially a bit of a dry day on Tuesday. So just something, to look forward to. Push forward to Wednesday. Well, there you go. High pressure sitting more across the UK. A generally dry day, perhaps a little bit warmer as well. Rain bands further west. And then as we move into Thursday, high pressure stays close, particularly across Ireland, England, Wales, but just the chance that there's still the legacy of a few showers across Scotland. And then we move forward towards the end of next week, Friday. Well, high pressure still in control, still the odd troublesome weather front pushing across the far north. But to all intents and purposes, at the moment, I think it's fair to say that there will be improvements. High pressure will be starting to control the scene, and hopefully things become a little bit warmer. In terms of the signals, before we close it all out, I'll go to the 2 metre temperature trends for the next couple of weeks. So for London, the trend is upwards. I think we could be seeing temperatures in the low 20s some days early next week, given some sunshine. So that's around the 7th of May onwards. Precipitation spikes also in London are such that, quite wet for a few days, but there's that drying signal from around about the 8th, possibly around to about the 13th. Looks like there may be some rainfall spikes coming back around mid-month, but that's all a long way off. Move northwards to Manchester. Manchester, thank you. Again, rather wet for the next few days, but things generally do start to dry up in Manchester. We just take a look at your trends as well. Well, perhaps not quite as warm as London. You're not going to be seeing 20 degrees, but temperatures will be getting in the low mid-teens on many days throughout the course of the next week. And once again, that trend is upwards. And then we'll just go over towards Aberdeen. So, yeah, rather cool in Aberdeen, as you would expect. It's a North Sea location. If you're bringing in an easterly feed, things will be rather suppressed. But once again, there are some signals for Aberdeen that things could start to warm up around about the 9th or 10th. So perhaps even by the end of next week, things could start to become a little warmer up there in the far northeast. And if we just take a look at your rainfall spikes, Aberdeen, before we all draw it to a close, well, there you go. Not so much rain in the next few days. Signal perhaps not as dry from around about the 8th to the 11th as it is further south. But yeah, it's certainly not the washout that we've been experiencing in recent weeks and months. So I hope you've all found the forecast useful. Suffice to say, it is turning warmer. We've got a fair bit of rain to come over the course of the next few days. Showers in the north, more persistent rain at times further south. Just possibly by next Tuesday into Wednesday, high pressure starts to come in and settle things down at last. Small mercies, but hopefully, yes, we'll get there. Light at the end of the tunnel, we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. All have a lovely weekend. I'll be back on Tuesday, with the updated thoughts. But in the meantime, look after yourselves and ciao for now.